Namaste. I wanted to invite you to join me for a simple devotional flow for the Great Mother of Water, dedicated to this presence, which is the element of water within and without. Let's begin with the knees and feet together, arms back, bowing into this Balasana 1. I call it water drop. And as you rest your forehead on the earth, if you need, place a blanket, folded blanket, or a block underneath your forehead. If your forehead is not quite touching the earth, support your forehead by placing a block or a folded blanket underneath your forehead. The intention is to turn inwardly, to rest the shoulders towards the earth, opening the back of the heart, to bring a little more awareness to the big toes touching, pressing them down, moving the little toe sides down, opening your spine, the muscles along your spine, and turning yourself into this little drop of water, and bowing to this presence, the water element, as one of the great mothers, one of the great mothers. My Tibetan teacher, Lama Ganchen Rinpoche, he refers to the elements as the great mothers. So honoring his teachings and honoring this presence, which right now is pouring down over us as rain, is contained in all bodies of water externally and in all the fluids internally. Now, empty, please. Inhale, lifting the back of the heart, roll up, coming to seated Vajrasana for a moment, roll the shoulders back, and as you see I have the little blanket there, you can keep the blanket there. We're going to combine breath and movement, and you can breathe in Ujjayi, swallow your saliva, that flap that moves down, epiglottis. You're contracting a little bit to create this oceanic sound in the back of your throat. And we will inhale, open the heart to look up. Exhale, control that out breath to make it last. Pour your torso forward, rest forehead on the ground or forehead on the blanket. Inhale, opening the back of the heart, chin down till you get upright. And when you get upright, you're still inhaling. Roll the shoulders back, look up. As you exhale, move forward with your heart open, pressing abdomen on your thighs. And once you have your chest on your thighs, forehead down, shoulders down. Inhale, round your spine, chin to chest, tail down, the back of your heart moving back. Roll up, open your heart towards the sky. Exhale, and slowly with a back bend, pour your torso forward. Massage your inner organs in the abdominal and thoracic cavity. Empty. Inhale, moving the back of the heart back, chin down. Keep breathing and moving, focusing on the body of sensations and feelings for a moment. You are using this movement. Please keep breathing in, rolling up, breathing out, pouring down, and use this meditation, this movement as a meditation, please. Breath in, breath out. moving the sensations, the feelings, awakening memories in the body of energy, in the body of emotions, feelings, memories. Feel your spine, feel the feet pressing down, the legs being the support to the earth for the water that's rising. So it's like a little spring of water coming from the earth as you inhale, and then that water pouring back down to the earth as you exhale. Keep breathing and moving, please. When your following in-breath happens, back, bend, open your heart. Then exhale, look forward. Finger pads on the floor. Some of you may have blocks and need blocks. You're going to transfer the weight to your knees now with your feet on your yoga mat or wood floor like I have, your knees on your blanket. Shift the weight to your feet, knees, and let's do the 5-fold pranam. Lifting the hips, bringing forehead to the earth, bow. Then lift your torso, shift the weight to your feet. Feet, knees together, the heels descending, not necessarily touching the earth. Walk your finger pads forward, have the blocks under your hands if you're using blocks, and bow forward. I call this pose roly-poly. And as you round your spine and let go of the weight of the head, you're again engaging the muscles of your abdominal area, opening lower back laterally, sacrum laterally, turning yourself into a little ball. Let go of the weight of the head. If the heels touch the earth, okay. But if the heels touch the earth and you no longer feel the stretch on the Achilles tendon, then walk your hands forward a little bit more and open Achilles, lower back, mid back, upper back, cervical spine, and the muscles along cervical spine. Open the base of your brain. Round. Now lift your head, lift your Mula Bandha. Walk your finger pads back. Lift the hips, you're moving away from the bones. Stretching the legs. Have your feet together, big toes touching, heels a little bit apart. You can have your finger pads on the earth, or again, use your blocks if you need your blocks, if you have your blocks. And stay here, halfway up, halfway down. Opening the front body, bend your left knee, stretch your right leg. Remain here, breathing in, breathing out. That's simple, please. See if you can back bend a little bit more in the heart. And stretch both the legs. You're halfway up, halfway down. Exhale, bend your right knee. Lift your chin a little higher, send your shoulders back a little bit more. Focus on lifting your sternum, moving it forward while you're sending hips back. Inhale, stretch both legs, lift the heart a little higher. Exhale, bend both knees. Bring the knees down to the earth, and we're gonna do five-fold pranam again. Feet, knees down. Lift the hips, place your forehead on the earth. Now, coming to kneeling, and if you have your blocks, keep moving your blocks forward so they are an extension of your arms. Press the tops of your feet on the earth. Your right foot is going to move out as you bring that foot forward and come into Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Closer to the earth, slide your left kneecap back, 90 degrees on your front leg for now. Come closer to the earth, open hip flexor, open the hips, top of your left thigh. Stretch your left big toe back, Focus on breath in Ujjayi. One more. Now, you're going to move the hips back quite a lot. So it's not 90 degrees, but it's closer to 90 degrees. Lift your torso, open the heart. With your palms facing up, fingers together, open the heart. Make the motion of a big wave. Then a smaller, medium wave, and you can make that motion with your hands. And as you go closer to the bones, small wave, hands in Pushpaputa, and hands to the floor. Bow forward, focus on out breath. Press the sole of your right foot on the earth. You can even press your hand on the top of the foot to remain with the sole of the foot touching the earth, the front knee bent. Let it go of the weight of the head as you move your hips back and enter this version of Hanumanasana with the front knee bent, stretching the top of the thigh, bowing forward, slightly bending your left elbow, pointing it back, rounding the spine. Now, inhale, lift your head. Your right hand comes in, so the hands are on the floor. Shift the weight to your left knee, left foot. Move your right leg to the side and then align here. Left knee, left hand. Try to find balance. Remain here. Focus on stability. Flex or point that right foot, doesn't matter. Open the heart, remain. Then bring the knee down, hands to the floor, hands and shoulders aligned, toes tucked under. Inhale, lift your head and hips. Exhale to down dog. Feet hip width apart. Focus on stability. Within the shape, hands pressing down equally. Bend your left knee. Stretch your right leg. That's simple. Left heel is up. Right knee straight. Chain sides. Stretch both legs. Send the heart toward the legs. Come into a plank position as you inhale. Shoulders above your hands, crown moving forward, and then place your knees down. Take your toes under, sit on the heels, feet hip width apart. Lift the knees and come into this version of roly-poly. Almost like a malasana, but not quite. You are sending the heels down, rounding your spine, letting go of the weight of the head. Feet parallel, feet hip width apart. Lift Mula Bandha, lift your head, look forward. Lift muscles up away from the bones, come halfway up, halfway down. Focus on out breath, and then to fold forward, you can hinge from the hips, hold the opposite elbow, fold. If necessary, bend the knees to enter that forward bend. Knees bent, hold the opposite elbow, release your torso forward. Everybody, noticing which arm you have on top, come up halfway. Walk your blocks forward. The blocks can be on the blanket, no problem. Bend your left knee, stretch your right leg. Stay here, again, simple, focused. Feeling. Not overwhelming yourself. Switch sides. Opening the front body, lifting the heart, bending the right knee, stretching left leg, staying with your chest open. The weight even between hands, left to foot, because you're bending the right, it's not going to be as even, but right now, as you stretch your right leg, the weight even between finger pads, feet. Exhale, bring the knees down. As you bring the knees down, bring your knees in, the feet out. I'm going to turn so you can see. And for some of you, you're going to open calves and sit between the heels. For others, before you do that, you need to have that extra folded blanket to place it under your sitting bones, maybe something extra. Make a fist with your hands and slide the hands on the arches of your feet. You know, if you're not there, take your time, we're just waiting for you. This area between inner heels and the balls of your big toes is related to the inner organs, lower back, and you're just massaging that area for a moment. For some of you, it may be quite painful. For others, not so much. And if your arms are a little shorter, you can do one side and the other. One side and the other. Or both together. Nice. Pause. Roll the shoulders back. Ground through foundation. Empty. And we're going to practice our arm movement here. Open your chest. So we'll be big wave. I have plants and altar here. Medium wave. Little wave. And the hands in offering Pushpaputa. This hand gesture is an offering, and it's also a way to gather the waters that just move through you and nourish yourself. The waters that move through you are her waters. In this prayer to the mother, an example says that Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu vritti Rupena Sansthita Namastasye, 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 Namo Namaha. She, the Divine Mother, is present, or she is, the every vritti, wave of thought, wave of feeling within us. So she, the Divine Mother, is present in every being, you, me, all of us, as the very waves of thoughts, waves of feelings that we feel. Okay? So we're going to do that again. Connecting to her big form. Middle. Small. The waves, they come like that, right? We offer ourselves. And then we gather these waters and turn that into inspiration, creativity, art, and we offer back to her via our Bhakti. So inhale, big wave, small wave, medium wave, small wave, and then as we exhale, we offer ourselves fully, completely. Then as we inhale, we gather those waters, and as we exhale, we bathe ourselves. We use that as a fuel, as nourishment to offer, to devote, to relate as our Bhakti. Come to down dog. Put your prop to the side, coming to all fours. We have a left side to attend, but let's do like this, knees and feet hip width. Lift the heart, Tuck your toes under. Exhale, open the backs of your knees. Move your hips a little bit from side to side. Then pause. Come to plank, parallel to the earth. Shoulders above your hands, neck long. Exhale, knees down together, feet together. Coming to kneeling, ground. And your left foot is going to come out and around. So instead of going straight, we're going to move circularly to bring that foot forward. Bringing the hands by the left foot, slide your right foot back a little bit. Ground, open the heart, breathe out, breathe in. Connected to the earth as you open right hip flexor, right thigh. One more. Breath in Ujjayi. Now move your hips back again, not quite 90 degrees, but closer to it. And we're gonna do the motion. Now you know a little bit more. Increase the back bend in the heart. Inhale, big wave. Middle, going a little deeper. And then small wave going closer to the earth. Hands to Pushpaputa. Then hands to the floor. Your left hand on top of the foot, just to keep the foot down. Again, my arms are long, so it's easy to do this. See if you need to go inside instead, with your left hand inside. As you move your hips back, we are doing this forward bend with the front knee bend, so we can focus a little bit more on the spine and let go of the weight of the head. Focus on the hips, square them as you move them back. Don't bring all the weight to right side. Keep the weight even between right and left. For some of you, it will be easier to place left ear by left inner knee. That's not the goal, but you are moving your head towards the central line a little bit more. One more. Now lift your head, look forward, move the hips forward. So from here, as you place your palms on the floor, bring left hand in. So you can transfer the weight a little bit to the right knee, right foot. Lift your left leg to the side. Focus on lifting the knee, hip high, either point or flex that foot. Engage in the core, focusing on stability. Again, simple. One more. And then bring knee down, knees, feet together. Tuck your toes under, five-fold pranam. Finger pads on the floor, toes tucked under, lift the hips, forehead down. Now come up, keep the toes tucked under. Bring your hands to your sacrum, the heels of your hands pressing on your sacrum, fingers upwards, slightly to the side, elbows back, lift the heart. Inhale, exhale. Here, lifting the side body, focusing on opening the heart into this back bend. Instead of calling Ustrasana, I want to call Hridayasana. Hrida referring to the heart and to the opening of the heart. Hridayasana. And exhale, return. Power the legs. The hands are going to go towards inner thighs. If you can, just below the hips. And as you enter Hridayasana, again with your knees together, slide the hands down towards the inner knees. Lift the chest. Open the heart to look up. Inhale. Drop the head back. Level 3, maybe hands to the inner knees. And come up, please. Move your hands forward, your elbows forward. Round your spine as you sit back. Round your spine. Bring finger pads to the floor by the knees. Shift the weight to your feet. Feet together. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana. Let go of the weight of the head. Breathe in Ujjayi, listening to the sound of the ocean inside. One more. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, bend both knees this time. And with your in-breath, leading with the heart, rise. You can keep your blanket there, we're gonna use, but adjust on your yoga mat or on the floor so your feet is apart, not too far apart. It is a Prasarita Padottanasana, but with your feet a little closer together. Align your big toes, focus on grounding through both feet equally, and bring your hands to the inner legs, below the glutes. Don't think of doing the biggest back bend. Everything simple, small, feet on the earth. Think of the opening of your heart as you lift your chest. Look up, exhale, stay. Breathe out, breathe in. Level 3, you can feel free to slide the hands towards your inner knees. Go a little deeper, maybe drop the head back. Lifting the heart, always, always. Everybody, micro bend or bend the knees, rise, keep the knees bent, hinge forward, hold the opposite elbow. We did something like this before. Compensate, stretch the legs, bow forward. If your forearms are already touching the earth, you could bring your feet a little closer together. So you heel toe. Stay in your forward bend, please. Feel the side body opening. Breathe out, then breathe in. Breath in Ujjayi. One more. Now, release your hands. Bring the hands to the heels. Bend your knees. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, transfer the hands to your thighs, leading with the heart. Inhale, rise. So if you did bring your feet a little closer together, separate a little bit more, not too much. Warrior 1, position on your legs. Your right foot turns to the right, 90 degrees, and left back 45. Square the hips. Bend your front knee. So here, something on my ground. You're going to focus on that aspect of the mother as the waves. Inhale as the ocean. Big. Medium. Small. And then offer yourself. Wow. Go gather her waters. Bring it up. Pour over yourself. Release your arms. And again, inhale, big wave. Middle. Small. Offer, exhale. Inhale, gather her waters. Rise, exhale, pour it over your body. Moving super slow. Release your arms. So control in the breath. Breath, inhale, big wave. Middle, small, offer, exhale. Inhale, gather her waters. Rise, exhale, pour over your body. One more time. Inhale, big wave. bow and offer as you exhale. Inhale, gather, fingers together, rise. Exhale, pour those waters of inspiration, your feelings, your fuel over your body. Then stretch the front leg, hinging from the hips. Some of you may need your blocks here. Now, with the front knee straight, bring your hands to the floor, square the hips. Stay here, halfway up, halfway down, or place your palms on the floor and bow. Opening both front body, back body equally. Working with both the stretching of your right thigh and your spine. One more. Now, inhale, look up halfway, please. Exhale, bend your right knee. Keep your arms down as you rise. And turn your feet parallel. Align your feet, hands on your inner thighs. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bend the knees as you hinge forward from the hips. Fold forward, hands on the heels. Stretch the legs, fold, stay. Hands on the heels, move your elbows away from central line. Focus on out breath. One more. Whenever you inhale next, look up halfway, hands on the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, leading with the heart, rise. Then exhale, switch. Left foot, 90 degrees, right 45. Move your hips over to the left for warrior one position on the legs. Now you know the motion even more for the shape, so we're gonna go straight into breathing and moving. Open your heart, inhale, big wave, middle wave, lean forward, little wave, lean forward, bring the hands by forehead, offer yourself, exhale. Inhale, gather her waters, which are your waters, and vice versa. Exhale, pour it over your body. Turn that into your art. Inhale, big wave, middle, little, exhale, offer. Inhale, gather those waters, feelings, emotions, memories, and then exhale, pour over you. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, lift, rise, exhale, pour. Once more. Inhale, big, medium, small, offer as you exhale. You can be very creative, and each wave is different. Huh? Inhale, rise, exhale, pour. One more time. Inhale, big, medium, small, exhale, offer yourself. Inhale, gather those waters. Exhale, pour over you. Now, stretch the front leg, send the hips back, hinging from the hips, come into your forward bend, halfway up, halfway down. Square the hips, breathe out, breathe in, breath in, Ujjayi, fold forward. Staying in the forward bend and working and off. Now, allowing yourself to feel a little bit more. Feel the motion of the waters, feel the feelings. Open to remember memories, to activate what has been stagnated. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, bend your front knee and then leading with the heart, rise. We're gonna come to feet parallel again and enter forward bend with that back bend. Once more, align your big toes, make sure that sometimes in the transition one foot is behind the other, so make sure that they are even. Hands on your inner thighs, lift to the heart, inhale, look up. Exhale, bend the knees, pour your torso forward. Inhale, look up halfway, stretch the knees, lift your chin. Exhale, fold forward, opening your elbows to the sides. Focusing again on tuning into this realm of feelings and sensations. Waters are very adaptable. The flow, the movement, the nourishment of the waters is what you are tapping into right now. Watching that flow inside and how you can nourish your bhakti, how you can nourish your physical body, your heart, with those waters. One more. Now, inhale, look up halfway, finger pads or palms on the floor for some of you. Hands on the blocks, stay here. Bend your right knee and then place your palms on your blanket. You're going to bring your left knee to the blanket. Place it on the blanket and move your left hand out to the side. We did this opening before. Now we're gonna hold with the right hand, right foot by the arch, and turn the chest up to the sky. So you're even on your left knee, left foot, left hand. Turn your chest up, open the heart, breathe out, breathe in. Then exhale, stretch your right leg to the side. The foot is slight ahead of your left knee, so it's not aligned with the left knee. It's slightly forward. Tuck it in, turn your chest up to the sky, flex your right foot. Padikasana, gate pose, send your heart up to the sky. Breathe out, breathe in. One more. And return. Unite the knees and change sides. So as you bring your right hand to the floor, lift your left knee, align the side body, shoulder above your hand, hold with your left hand, left foot by the arch, turn your chest up to the sky, ground through both hand, foot, knee. Your foundation is right hand, left foot, left knee. Then you can open your chest up a little bit more. Turn your gaze up to the sky. Then exhale, release that left leg, stretch it, and bring slightly further forward. You do that because you want to keep the hips down. For most of us, when we bring it to the side, for a few, especially the hip will move up. So just find an angle that feels right for you to keep the hips down. For me, I need to move my foot that much. Inhale, lift right arm up. Exhale, side bend, looking up towards the sky. That little twisting allows you to align left side body with left leg. Open the heart. Breathe out. Breathe in. And inhale, return. Bring the knees to touch. I'm gonna turn so you have a better view, angle. Your right foot moves out as you step it forward, and then stretch that leg. Keep the hips even, flex your right foot right now, hinging from the hips into Ardha Hanumanasana, fold. Stay halfway up, halfway down, or fold a little deeper. One more. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bend your right knee. Bring the foot to the earth. Go into your low lunge. Square the hips. Focus on stability. And we're going to move the hips back and do again. Big wave. Go a little lower on your hips. Middle wave. And closer to the bones, closer to the earth. Little wave. Push paputa. Hands down. Move the hips back. Bring your hands by your left. Shift to the weight. Unite the knees. So the knees are together, feet together. Walk your hands to the left a little bit more. Pay attention on your knees. See if your knee is like this. And as you move the hips back, not necessarily sitting, you are side bending. Align arms and ears. I'll give you a front view. So your hands were from the previous variation, moving towards the left. Your hips are moving back. Align arms and ears. Feel the side body opening. Lift your head. Engage the core. Come upright to kneeling. Hands on your inner thighs. Lift the heart back, bend all on your own pace. Deep long in breath. Exhale. All fours, could be knees and feet together. I would like to do that myself, but if you need space, open space. Down dog. Bring your knees down. Kneeling. And opening your left foot out to bring it forward. Come into your low lunge, please. Square the hips. Align the back knee, so the kneecap is moving back, not pressing down. Now lift your hips, back bend the heart, inhale, big wave. Exhale, a little lower, mid wave. And then small wave. The breath, you can allow to be free. Every breath and every wave will be slightly different. And we are talking about feelings, so my feelings different than yours. My breath different than yours. Empty completely. Now lift your head, move the hips back, align your right knee, right hip, and then stretch left leg forward. Pressing the top of your right foot down, hinging from the hips into Namatasye. Fold. Stay halfway up, halfway down. This is a better variation for most of you with the knees straight. When the knees are straight, you can keep the front body open. But for some, instead of going to the full Namatasye, you're folding fully here on Ardha Hanumanasana. Breathe out, breathe in. Send the hips back a little bit more. Now come up. Bring your hands back so they are aligned with your foot and move your hands to the right. Can be finger pads for the transition, or you can use the blocks for the transition. Unite your knees and feet together. Mark the earth beneath you. Walk your hands over to the right a little bit more, and then send the hips back. Not necessarily sitting on the hips, aligning arms and ears. Focusing on opening the side body in this version of Balasana. One more. And you come up, gathering abdominal muscles and inner organs. Lift, back bend, Hridayasana. Then look forward, separate knees and feet hip width apart. Come into all fours. And inhale, lift your head and hips. Exhale, push back, down dog. Empty. Inhale, come into plank, parallel to the earth. Stay, firm the legs, breathe out. And again, we're gonna bring the knees in, feet out, the tops of the feet on the floor. Move the muscles, so put the weight on your knees and feet. Move the muscles of your calves out as you come to seat. Feet near, or have your hips elevated by the blanket, one or two, to support you to stay seated. Some people will need more height. If you have access to blocks, you could be sitting on the blocks. Some of you will be able to actually, if you're sitting on the floor or with your hips not too high, and you can walk your hands back and send your tail forward, you're going to stay in this variation of Virasana, opening the front body and your thighs. If you're open enough, bring your forearms to the earth again. Send your tail forward, knees together, feet apart by your sides. Level 3, go ahead, lay on your back and rest your hands by your sides and your body where you feel that is the right position. Level 2, don't worry about going into that variation. If you can stay with forearms down, stay with forearms down. If your hands are on the floor and you're leaning back, you're already feeling the thighs. And if you are sitting upright and this is already a lot for you, concentrate in the shape you are. And everybody turn towards the body of feelings, sensations, and focus a little bit more there. I want to bring another aspect of the mother that belongs to this same prayer. In the tradition that I follow, it's called Durga Stuti. There are different names. It says, Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Daya Rupena Sansthita. Namastasye, 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 Namo Namaha. I bow again and again in reverence to the Mother, Divine Mother, who is present in everyone, every being, as Daya, compassion. There are other words for compassion like Karuna, but Daya Rupena is her form of compassion. So as you allow the water element to rise and the feelings to rise in your awareness and in your body of energy, within the body of energy, allow this quality of compassion to rise as well. Compassion to what you feel, how you feel, compassion to how others feel. If you're laying on your back in Supta Virasana, you have an option to, some of you, not everybody, to release the legs and hug the knees while you're lying on the back. Others may need to slowly make the journey up to seated. Very aware of the knees, the knee joints. We've been in this pose for a while. And if you're laying on your back, you're going to eventually roll up and come to Paschimottanasana, forward bend. If you're with me sitting like this, you're going to come to Uttanasana. Will be the easiest transition for now. Both of us doing forward bend. Okay, either if you're doing Paschimottanasana or Uttanasana, free the knees. Make sure that you move slowly into forward bend Uttanasana. So my level 3, Paschimottanasana, level 2, Uttanasana, forward bend. Stretch the backs of the knees, release your body. Then Everybody, make the transition to sit on the ground and to raise your hips. Trying to make some of these classes shorter so I could keep going, but maybe we'll have to do a part 2. Sitting Gomukhasana, if you can, if it's easy, right on top. If it's not easy, sit in Sukhasana. Twist to the right. Return, Sukhasana or Gomukhasana legs. Hinge, fold for a moment. Come back upright. Stretch your legs forward, square the hips. Everybody, inhale, arms up, lift to the heart. Exhale, Paschimottanasana, fold. Go forward, breathe out, breathe in. You can let go of the weight of the head if it feels right, or you can stay with your head slightly up. Inhale, come up. Finger pads on the floor behind you. Lift the heart, look up. Lift your sternum, send your shoulders back. Then come back to sit. Bend the knees. Gomukhasana or crossed legs, Sukhasana. So Gomukhasana is this variation, and Sukhasana is twist to the left. Return, so either in Sukhasana or Gomukhasana, lean forward. Focus on releasing, relaxing forward. And now return, please. Plant the soles of your feet on the earth, not on your blanket. So if your blanket is underneath your feet, roll. Bring your hands behind you, open the heart, stay here. Ardha Purvottanasana, 1. Or lift the hips, send your inner knees forward, lift the heart, drop the head back. You can always enter this pose, stay looking forward, or return to the previous variation. Okay, open the front body. And then come back and sit upright. Any chosen position, seated comfortably. In our previous lesson dedicated to the great Mother Earth, we sang Om Prema Om. It was in sequence dedicated to open the heart to the earth, and Prema means love. We're going to do the same song, the same chant. It's more like a song than a chant. And we're going to say Om, Daya, compassion, Om. And you will know the melody, some of you, and if this is new for you, listen to the melody. We'll be singing this melody quite a lot, especially on these sequences dedicated to the 5 great mothers. Daya, D-A-Y-A, compassion, referring to her form as Daya Rupena, the form of compassion present in all beings. So let's have our hands in Pushpaputta, and anytime you need to rest your hands, you can, okay? Listen to the melody and then sing along with me. It's a song. Om, Daya Om. Om, Daya Om, Daya Om, Daya Om. Om, Daya Om, Om Daya Om. Om Daya Om Daya Om Daya Om. Om Daya Om. Om Daya Om. Om Daya Om Daya Om Daya Om. Om Daya Om. Om Daya Om Daya Om Daya Om. Om Daya Om. Om Daya Om. Om Daya Om. Bring your hands in front of your heart to prayer and to the Great Mother of Compassion, to the Great Mother which manifests to benefit us as the water element. We bow. Thank you so much. Jai Ma.